Hey, we're actually out here in the backyard, Kathy. We're keeping our fingers crossed for hopefully a little bit of rain next week. We could certainly use it, especially after such a dry April. I have Phil Steinhauer with the Associated Landscape Contractors of Colorado here with me because Denver Water just came out with their summer watering rules. So you're going to talk to us about that, a little bit about how we can just not water quite as much outside. Plus, they have some rebates going on. I had no idea about this.
Yeah.
But first, let's dig in. Talk to us about the rules.
Okay, the rules came out, and basically what they specify, they came out May 1st, and they're going to run through October 1st.
Okay.
And what they're really looking at is kind of self-management right now, instead of going to the odd even, some of those type of things.
Right.
And what they're really recommending is 3 days a week. And so, you know, that's pretty much every other day.
Right.
And then some of the other things, you know, they're asking people to do is really not water in the heat of the day. So they really have a restriction from watering between 10 and 6 p.m.
Makes sense.
So watering in the evening when it's cooler.
Yeah.
Preferably, I think, early mornings are the best because that gives it time to dry out during the day.
Right.
And then again, I think the other things they're looking at is really if you have a leak, trying to get that taken care of within 10 days.
10 days. Okay,
yeah.
get on it.
So they're really looking for people to be responsible in managing this valuable resource that we have.
Absolutely. So, of course, we're past Mother's Day, hopefully past our last freeze around here. People are like, it's time. We got to flip on the sprinkler system. You brought some really cool technologies that folks can implement and then get rebates back, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So a lot of the technology has changed in the last few years.
Okay.
And so I think what I'm going to talk about today is this is stuff that a homeowner can implement or hire a professional from ALCC.
Yeah.
And first off being, I think
what'd you bring?
What's very important is adding some kind of a water frost sensor.
Cool.
So this is your sensor. This hooks into your sprinkler controller.
Easy.
And most sprinkler controllers, if you've bought it in the last 15 years, have a port that's it's a sensor
that will
port
adapt to that.
that will adapt to this. This goes right next to your clock, and then this hangs in an open area on a fence in your backyard or something. And basically what this will do is if we get moisture, it senses moisture, it'll turn off the clock. What's
it
nice
does all
about
the hard work for us.
And it actually, for one of these late freezes that we could still get, it'll shut it off in a temperature. So
Perfect.
it's a temperature and a moisture meter.
Okay, awesome.
So,
what else?
That's, and you can get a rebate from Denver Water and Aurora Water on that.
Okay.
Another thing that's brand new, they don't have a rebate on this, but this is a really useful item, and you hook this to your drip and it's a flow sensor.
Okay.
So you can see if you're anywhere within the 20, can you see that? If you start to get in the red, that means you have a leak.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of people never know if they have a leak and they continue to run their system and waste water and wonder why their water bill's so high.
Totally.
This is a great gadget to hook onto your drip system.
That or a professional. Call it a professional, right?
Exactly,
Yeah, that's what I do.
And then I think another thing when you're looking at rebates, this water sense here, this little blue logo here, it's on almost all manufacturers' irrigation parts, but Denver Water and Aurora Water offer rebates on anything that has that logo on it.
Okay.
Another logo, real quickly, to look for is this.
All of this.
This SAM, it's a stop-o-matic, and again, this has a valve check on it. So what happens is when your water turns off, this stops. On old-fashioned heads, you continue to drain and waste water. They don't stop when your clock stops. So this SAM is an important, and you can get up to $3 a head on these water-wise sprinkler heads.
Thank you so much, Phil. We appreciate all of your tips and tricks, and as always, we will have them on 9news.com so we can all help Mother Nature and hopefully conserve a little bit of water.
Exactly.